This week on Dear Bros, how hard is it to close a goddamn bag of chips?
And my guy is all over the place.
I'm excited. Stay tuned.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Bro Down Podcast. I'm Tim Fulton.
I'm Andy Smith.
And this is Dear Bros. Dear Bros is a little segment where we rip advice column questions from the internet and we answer them in our own little bro brain. Andy's up first. Andy, what do you got?
All right, this guy's all over the place. I read it one time. Maybe I'm dumb, but it went so many different directions.
Okay, so we're in for a little bit of a roller coaster.
Okay, so the actual title of this one is Widower. Maybe this is why I can't understand, because I'm stupid.
It's going to be the most straightforward thing.
Widower dating again, wants to leave the past in the past.
Okay.
See if you're as confused as I am. Don't read, just listen. I'm 35 and have been a widower for almost 5 years. I began dating about 2 years ago. In my adventures of dating, I have encountered a lot of divorced moms. I've met someone very special. I'll call her Rose. A year and a half ago. She's great. We share lots of laughs and goals, but she does something that drives me crazy. She constantly showing me Facebook memories, photos of her daughter when she was young. I never got the chance to have children and rarely bring it up my past because I feel that's behind me. Rose's ex is toxic, according to her, and from what I've witnessed, he's pretty bad. I see her daughter 2 weeks out of the month. The girl is very spoiled and entitled, and when she's not around, Rose keeps shoving old photos of her in my face, asking, isn't she so cute? I can't relate, and I just don't care for her daughter.
Holy shit.
Does this make me a jerk? I feel the old photos of her daughter are really her memories with her ex, and it would be just as bad if I showed photos of my late wife and asked, isn't she beautiful? Am I wrong?
This went all over. You're not wrong. This
right?
went all over the place. This was an adventure.
At first, I'm like, okay, the guy's, I thought he was going to be saying like, all right, I lost my wife 5 years ago, but like everyone always keeps bringing it up, or my friend keeps bringing it up. And then he went off on the, she's got children, and then the ex is toxic. And I don't know what that has to do with the story.
I don't know what that has to do.
And then
with
it's
the
back
story.
to he doesn't care. He doesn't like the kid. Don't know how old he is. She is, the daughter.
No.
We still don't know. I'm guessing if he's 35, she's probably pretty young.
Yeah, I would think so, because that would probably put the mother around the same age.
Yeah. Right off the bat, I feel like because you can tell, because this is a guy writing in.
Yeah.
We're definitely assuming it's a guy writing in.
Widower, definitely a guy.
Yes. So, we never know.
No, widows are women.
Hey,
Widowers are men.
you don't know in this day and age, bro. Okay, we don't know.
Fair.
So he said that just the fact he's like, I don't really care about her daughter. I don't like her. She's a little shit. That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah.
That in guy terms is saying that kid's a little bastard. Like spoiled, entitled. How old could the girl be? 10? At the most?
All right. Well, yeah, we could say 10.
Right?
Pure speculation, but we'll say 10.
If his significant other is his age, 35.
That means pregnant at 24, 25. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Like, it's over if that's the case.
Oh, no, I 100% agree with
Right?
you.
If you really don't like someone's kid and you're dating them, that's not a good sign.
No, that's a terrible sign.
Yeah, that's
They've
not
been together
good.
for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
Dude has some underlying issues here.
Yeah. First of all, he needs to tell a story in a chronological, cohesive thought. I mean, I'm pretty fucking stupid, but this was all over the place.
Yeah. He was very all over the place. All right, thing number one, dude has to get used to the fact that, yeah, you're going to be dating divorced moms at the age of 35. That's just what happens. You're going to meet moms in general.
Yeah, you're going to meet people that have gone through the processes of life.
Yeah.
At that age.
Exactly.
You might find some that don't, but you got to expect that there's going to be people that have had lives before you came in.
He sounds like he's still bitter about the past. Because I can imagine getting over your late wife would be a difficult thing. He sounds like he's still bitter about the past. Because let's face it, man. Like, a woman showing pictures of her child is not unless she's doing it literally every single day, constantly. And this woman clearly is sharing custody. If they have the kid 2 weeks out of a month, that's probably 50-50 custody.
Yeah.
We're going to say. So she probably misses her daughter. It's her child.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take it from the other side and just say that this guy. Let's just do that thing that we do. We'll take it from one side of this being 100% true, and then we'll rip the dude to pieces.
Okay.
So let's just say that what he's saying is true.
Okay.
That he's lost his wife. Can't ignore that.
No,
that's
you
a
can't.
fucking.
It's a big deal.
Kudos to him for getting back out there. You know, that's a fucked up situation.
It is.
He might not be ready to date. I mean, he said he started dating 2 years ago. It's 3 years after his wife passed. I mean, you got to get going at some point. But I think what he's looking at it as a perspective of is that he has a wife who passed away. And I think he looks at this, which is why he mentioned the ex, and maybe he's trying to say this in a roundabout way. But I think that he's looking at it like she's showing her the old pictures and like almost like reminiscing about being with the ex.
Okay.
And I think what he's trying to say maybe is that, hey, listen, I wish my wife didn't die, but you don't see me shoving pictures in your face saying like, hey, look how my life used to be different.
Look how happy I used to be before you were in it.
And this doesn't sound like it's good at all. It doesn't sound like they're able to read each other. It doesn't sound like they're on the same page with a lot of things. He doesn't like her child, which is not a good thing.
No, that's a terrible point A.
That's all I need to know, really. It's all I need to know. You've been dating for a year and a half. You're 35. Like, just shake hands, give it a hug it out. You know, don't give the kid a present because you don't like him. But, you know, just that's it. This is only going to get worse.
I agree.
I mean, it doesn't sound like this is like the love of his life. He's not like head over heels for her. He's not explaining it any here anyway.
He described her as, she's great.
Yeah, she's great, but she's constantly showing memories of Facebook when she was young. Where's the part where he said, here it is. I feel like those old photos of her daughter are really her memories with her ex. That's where he like, I think this guy's bad at saying, like, he can't even tell the advice columnist like what he's actually mad at. He's kind of has to like tiptoe around the whole thing.
See, I know we like to play from both sides, but this is where I lose him because I don't think he knows what he's mad at. Because
he doesn't.
I feel like,
or if he does, he's too ashamed or too nervous to sound like he's going to be the bad guy or too whatever to actually just come out and say it. So he's trying to reword it in a way where maybe we'll agree with him more.
Yeah, that could be. That could very
Instead
well
of just being like, hey, listen, I'm jealous. I'm a jealous person.
It's probably a layer of jealousy.
Yeah.
I feel these old photos of her daughter are really her memories with her ex. This is an instance where someone is getting mad at something that probably doesn't even exist. Because even if her ex is toxic, first off, you can have a toxic relationship and still have pleasant memories from it, especially if it involves a daughter.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you don't have to be enemies.
You don't have to be enemies.
But he said that she's pretty. He says that she's pretty toxic. The ex is toxic, as according to her and him. So that's established that it's a shit relationship.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's.
In my honest opinion, what I think that it is, totally bro guessing here, is that I don't think he's learned, or I don't think he's grieved fully. I don't know how you ever can, but I think when people start bringing up old shit, it just makes him remember his wife.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I wholeheartedly agree.
He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to keep going down that path. And for whatever reason, when she shows him old photos, he's like, it puts him in that mood. It's like, you ever have that song, like, they played at like a funeral of a friend or something like that, where every time you hear it, it just brings you back to that fucking room.
Yep.
And you just don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
It's not that you hate the song. You just know that you're going to be in a crummy mood.
Yep.
For a couple hours after they play that song. And I think it's kind of to do with this.
Yeah, no. I mean, you said that pretty much exactly the way I feel.
Yeah.
He's not, it's displaced anger. He doesn't like that feeling of reminiscence, and he's finding something to lash out at that isn't the thing he should be lashing out at.
Yeah. Because his reminiscence is that of a dark place where she has like this beacon of light, which is her child from back then. And yeah, I don't think that's going to be going away. It is kind of, I mean, if you're dating someone and you see their kid every 2 weeks, like you see them every 2 weeks, I wouldn't want like 1,000 photos being shoved in my face of like shit like that. I mean, maybe she's just like overly annoying with that. Like it might not be to that bad of a degree, but compiled with the fact that he has these issues, it's probably making it way worse.
I can see someone being a little obnoxious with it too.
Yes.
But being obnoxious with photos of your kids isn't the same thing as... I just can't imagine it being as bad as what this guy is thinking.
Yeah. So
he's putting out there.
Advice for him, my advice for him would be to have a civilized conversation, express your side of the story, but I would say that this is... You need to figure out how to not slowly step out of this relationship, but step out of this relationship.
Yeah, I agree with you. If you don't like the kid, it's not going to go well.
There's too many compiling factors, right? He lost his wife 5 years ago. He only started dating 2 years ago. This woman has another kid. He's probably never dated anybody with a kid before. She's got a toxic ex. She has behavior that apparently is constant, that doesn't stop, and that he doesn't like. And... There's too many things.
Holy shit, life is messy.
Too many things going on. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
there's nothing wrong with this relationship not working out.
Yeah.
So
wash your hands of it. Be happy with the good times and say it farewell.
That's it. So let's see what Abs has to say.
What does Abs have to say?
Okay. Dear unparent, if you plan to continue a relationship with Rose, you're going to have to deal with your feelings about her daughter, some of which may be off base. It is important that you communicate with her and connect when you make to make a connection when you see the photos. The quickest way to work through this would be couples counseling. If your description of the girl is accurate, then realize that as long as she's a minor, she will be a presence in your household. If you and her mother can't figure out a workable arrangement, you shouldn't waste any more of Rose's time or yours.
That's pretty much what we said. Figure it out or get out.
Yeah. This is a totally not popular thing, but I think that if someone suggests couples therapy to somebody who have been in I don't know what the time is, but if it's like, say people are dating for 3 months.
Yeah.
If their friends are like, maybe you should try therapy, I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. It's been 3 months. There should be no problems at all.
There should be no problems.
There should be none.
Yeah.
No problems. And then those people that get married and 6 months later, they're like, oh, we're going to counseling. No, it's done.
Bruh.
90% of the time, that's just a matter of time. You shouldn't need counseling. I mean, you fucked up.
Bruh.
It's nobody's fault. You fucked up.
The couple that rented my apartment before the current guy is there, they rented it for 2 years. Were engaged for 1.5 years of it. Okay. While living in my apartment, they were engaged for 1.5 years. They finally got married. A month later, ended things. A month later, she walked in on him having a threesome.
With?
2 women.
Ugh.
And I've seen the guy. I don't know how he pulled that off.
What did they look like?
I don't know. I didn't get.
You don't know.
I don't.
Maybe he was giving him. Maybe he was bringing tools to the job. You don't know.
It's possible.
Maybe he was bringing candy to the job.
That's no joke. We found coke in the apartment after I evicted them.
I can guarantee you that it was probably present during the threesome.
Oh yeah, I agree. My brother, who's a police officer and took it for evidence, he was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and take this bag. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's illegal stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I don't get that. I get when people are in relationships and blah, 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 blah. Like, hey, you don't know what's going on or whatever.
Yeah.
But to get married.
A month later.
And a month later, you're like, I mean, I guess people are just stupid.
People are people. What can you do?
What are you doing?
All right, my turn.
Yeah, what do you got?
Keep it closed.
Keep it closed.
I'm talking your legs, folks. No, just kidding. Mine. Nope, that's not the correct one. Where did you?
That one right
where did
there.
you put mine? Mine is actually entitled "Careless Son-in-Law Leaves Trail of Chaos in His Wake." This
Okay.
one is the most ridiculous
Oh, I'm excited.
bullshit I've ever heard.
Okay, read it. I'll try not to read it with
Yeah.
you.
Dear Abby, it's a little bit of a long one, but it's worth the journey.
Okay.
My son-in-law, Kirk, has issues with closing doors, kitchen cabinets, and refrigerator doors. And I know exactly where you're going to get nuts with it.
Okay.
You're going to laugh up until a certain point, and then you're going to get mad.
Okay.
3 times my daughter has to throw out food because it's spoiled. He doesn't close cereal boxes, bags of candy or chips either. My husband and I tolerated Kirk's behavior up until a recent visit to our home. He again left the door to our garage open, where our inside cat could have escaped. He was rough when opening our recliner, and he also didn't turn the cap all the way down on the seltzer bottle. But I know better than to shake the bottle before checking the cap, because I once spilled orange juice everywhere after he failed to tighten the cap.
Oh my God.
My daughter says she has known Kirk for 15 years, and he isn't going to change. She says he doesn't focus on the task at hand, but is thinking about something else. I suppose she has given up and continually goes behind him to fasten things. My husband and I feel he doesn't respect our home when he behaves this way. After my daughter spoke to Kirk after his last visit, she has brought our granddaughter over twice, but he stayed home. I feel like both of them think we are making much ado about nothing. Open and shut case in Virginia. There's not even a question there.
This guy's a fucking moron.
He is a moron.
All right. This makes me seriously question if he has some mental problems. Does he? He doesn't. I'm assuming he does not. Otherwise, this would not be a writing in.
You would think, yeah.
Okay. At first, the first 2 paragraphs of this, I thought it was going to be a child. For whatever fucking reason, it said son-in-law. I should have known.
But you
It
just,
sounds like the behavior of a child.
it sounds like the behavior of a child.
You leave kitchen door cabinets and okay, kitchen cabinets, annoying, fucking annoying. After you tell somebody to close them, it's almost like they're doing it to piss you off,
Almost like they're doing it to piss you off.
right? I used to do it. I used to leave them open, but a lot of times it was so I could remind myself that I took something out of it and need to put it back in. Refrigerator doors, you're a fucking idiot.
How?
You're a fucking idiot.
How?
You're an asshole.
How do you even do that?
You as a this is a man, so I'm gonna go in a little hard and paint. How the fuck, as a man, do you walk around leaving the refrigerator door open? You are not gonna be accepted into any camp during the apocalypse. You'll be the doors will be shut. They will watch you be eaten alive. You're not getting in.
You always get so violent.
You're not getting in.
Always so violent.
Dude, can you imagine somebody just walking around your house and they open up your fridge, take the fucking orange juice out, unscrew the cap, take a swig, put it on the counter, leave it undone, don't shut the fridge door, and then go sit on your couch and watch TV?
They would never be
What would you
invited
do?
back.
Well, you are very argumentative.
Yeah.
So-
I would close everything and never invite them back.
Yes. But like that kind of shit, like even going into
Could-
somebody's fridge without permission can be construed
Yeah.
as like,
Rude.
excuse me, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, can you just ask?
How about this? Ready? What would you do if someone came into your house and left the door open with your cats about?
Oh, it would be a problem.
Yeah.
It'd be a big problem.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
That's where I thought you would lose your shit.
Here's the thing. I make it very known to the level of annoyance. And I know that it's annoying. But I don't want somebody to say like, oh, fuck, I forgot. There's no way you can forget because I don't shut the fuck up about it. Close the fucking door. All right? Close the fucking door. Well, the cats are going to... Okay, well, you don't have cats. That's why you don't have cats, because you don't know how to shut fucking doors. I do. I shut fucking doors. Okay? That's why I have cats, because I shut fucking doors.
Because I have doors.
So, I wouldn't want this fucker in my house. This is a win. This is a win. And he's too much of a baby to go over your house afterwards like a child. He's just not going to show up because he can't just traipse around and treat this thing like his own fucking man cave. This guy's an asshole. And this is her daughter's husband?
Yeah. Son-in-law. Yeah.
Yeah, she fucked up. Your daughter's a dumbass too. Or she's a fucking saint who just always marries a fucking douchebag.
So what? They didn't even ask a question, which is, it feels like that this was just a 4-paragraph rant.
Oh, there's a question in there. The question is,
What do we do?
no, the question is, do we do we have to apologize to this little piece of shit?
Oh, no.
So he comes back over the house, or can we just basically let him stay the fuck out?
So what's the advice? What do you tell them?
I would just be, as a guy, I would just pull him aside.
Be like,
I would pull him aside and be like, dude, what is your deal? Like, all due respect, you're married to my sister or you're married to my whatever, but like, why don't you shut the fucking door?
just walk behind him, and every time he opens something, just be like, close it.
No. This is the hand on the shoulder in the garage. This is one of those things. This is everyone else is inside watching fucking Sunday football, and after 2-3 beers, you go outside like you're going to show him some fucking cigars that you got, and then you have a conversation with him. Okay? And if he goes back and tells his wife or somebody else about the conversation that you had, fuck him. Okay? This conversation in the garage is basically like, dude, what's your fucking deal? I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't know how you were brought up. I don't know whether it's because you're lazy or it's because whatever fucking issues you have. But when you're in this house, you close the fucking refrigerator door. You close the fucking garage door. You close the fucking kitchen cabinets. Okay? If I find out again that my wife has to walk behind you and close, or my sister has to walk behind you and close anything, or my mother has to go behind you and close anything, you're fucking out. You're out the hard way. Okay? Stop being a fucking baby.
I feel like I just got yelled at. I agree with you wholeheartedly there, though. And
Dude, that's ridiculous. I was laughing in the beginning.
now you're mad.
Nobody should have to tolerate that. It's blatant disrespect.
It is. It is. All right. Abby says, has your daughter or son-in-law actually said that to you? You are not wrong to speak up, and it's not much ado about nothing. It is consideration for the property of others. You should have drawn the line after the first time your immature and inconsiderate son-in-law left the garage door open. Was he stoned during these visits? Distracted by his cell? Wow, Abby.
She's just as mad as I am.
She is.
But she had a different upbringing. That's why she's being polite.
Address the matter directly with your son-in-law and consider seeing them at their house instead of yours. Can you imagine what their house is? Everything's just
You know what would really piss me off? If you went there and he didn't do it.
That's a good point.
If you went there and he closed all his shit, I'd be like, let's go. Pack up your shit. We're leaving.
Open all the doors and then we leave.
Like, what the fuck?
This one was weird.
It was weird. All right, we got a bonus one, though.
Yeah, we do have a bonus round.
Okay.
Bonus round.
So I get rid
We need sound
of this
effects.
one. Get rid of this one. And here we go. Late night smoking clouds, neighbors' sweet dreams.
Ooh.
Okay. My family and I bought a house in a nice, quiet, safe neighborhood 3 years ago. And there's a point in this where I want you to you're going to know like why I picked it. What we didn't know was that prior to moving in was that our next door neighbor sometimes smoked cigarettes. It rains 8 months out of the year here, and we usually keep our windows closed. So it isn't an issue. But during the summer, we like to sleep with the windows open. When a neighbor steps outside for a cigarette, the smoke drifts into our bedroom. Our homes are separated by a small yard, so at first I thought they didn't realize that the smoke was bothering us. I eventually began to get upset. When I wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, I can smell it. I've made a point of loudly slamming the window shut, hoping it would make them stop. There's no way they didn't hear that noise, but it doesn't make them stop. We don't want to have to keep our windows closed because it's not an everyday occurrence. It happens once a week or so, and always late at night or early in the morning. I don't know if this is how they handle insomnia or what the deal is. Why do they still smoke in this day and age? This guy's all kinds of been out of shape about this.
Yeah.
There's no landlord to complain to because they own their own home. After all these years, we've never introduced ourselves to each other, and I don't believe they care to know us any more than we care to get to know them. Because of this, confronting them now is not an option. What do we do? All right.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Confronting them is an option. You slamming a window closed. All right, I'm going out on a limb here. I'm pulling a page from Andy's playbook, and I'm saying that this is a woman. Because a woman writing it, a woman would be the one to be like, I slammed the window closed, so he should know he shouldn't be smoking out that on his deck at 11 o'clock at night during the non-rainy season. Slamming your window closed is not an indication that smoke is going from his yard into your bedroom and upsetting him. He might just think that you have strong-ass hands and you like slamming things. Maybe he's going to go to complain to you that you make a lot of noise at night.
Dude,
because you're slamming shit.
It's hilarious because I read this thinking it was a guy, but that makes so much sense.
So much sense.
Because a guy would have just been like, hey, fuckface. You got to smoke and have it go in my window and then slam the window.
Do you know what you do? You politely go over.
Woman slams it and it's like, he knows what I mean.
Now he knows.
From way over there.
Women are weird like that, though. They'll be like, nice dress. And the other one will cry, be like, she called me fat.
Yeah. She said, nice dress. Mm-mm.
That bitch. So the answer here is to go over there, knock on the door, and politely say, hey, when you have a cigarette, it goes in our windows. Do you mind smoking in a different spot? There you go. That's the end.
Yeah,
That's the end.
This is how I would approach it. And this is
You slit their throats while they sleep.
No. This is usually my go-to whenever it comes to any kind of confrontation whatsoever. You have to be overly polite, right?
Yes.
You have to be overly polite, extend an olive branch, okay? Next time you see him out there during the day, when you're passing him, just be like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? Yeah. Hey, I don't want to be a pain in the ass or whatever, like, we never introduced ourselves, blah, 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 blah. But, when it's really hot out and you smoke your cigarettes, like at night, like it comes in there, just say, like, my wife fucking complains, it makes the whole house smell like smoke. Like, do you mind just like smoking on the other side or just make sure it doesn't go in the window? Here's the beauty of that. If the guy says fuck off, number one, there's no way or reason why they should do that unless they're an asshole.
Yeah.
Right? Number two, you now have carte blanche to do or say whatever the fuck you want to do. Because you took the high road. You took the high road. You were overly polite. You said that you were being a pain in the ass, which you're not.
Yeah.
But you extended the olive branch. So now if he says it, now you can fuck with him. Now you can fuck with him. Because the guy, you took the high road, it will give you all the fuel in your little angry brain to do whatever the fuck you want to do to him now.
I like this one.
Yeah. I had to pick it because it was solely because his solution was slamming the window, or her solution was slamming the window hard and being like, there's no way they didn't hear that. How the fuck does he know that means that his smoke is going in your window?
There's no...
If he's not being loud...
I would never in a million years make that connection.
No.
Never in a million years make that connection.
And I like how he's so wrapped, or somebody's so wrapped up in this, that they're getting to the point where they're like, how the fuck do they even smoke? It's 2020. What the fuck? Like,
addiction's a bitch.
Dude.
Yo, how privileged is your life where this is like obviously weighing on you? Like, think about that. I know cigarette smoke doesn't smell good, and that would bother a lot of people. But clearly, this is to a point where they're asking an advice columnist what to do.
They should be adult enough to handle this by themselves, but I will say, when I was bouncing, was checking IDs.
Okay.
One of the things that would make me like, I don't care if you're smoking a cigarette and the wind kind of blows it towards me or whatever, but if you're smoking a cigarette like this and you're you see it going in my face, or you're blowing it and it's going in my face, either you make eye contact and you're like, oh, I didn't mean that, sorry, or it's like you're gonna get a nasty response.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get a happy person on the other end of the cigarette, because it's very rude. It's almost like you're like blowing a burp in their face. Like, that was in your mouth. I don't want it in my face. It's smoke. Do you see me smoking? Do smokers blow each other's smoke and inhale each other's smoke? No, they don't.
Actually,
not even other smokers do that.
In college, they do.
You're fucking weird.
It's called. Oh, what is it
weird.
called? I think people normally do it with pot, but people do it with cigarettes too. I forget what it's called.
Like in Waterworld, where he was breathing for the other person underwater?
No. Someone will inhale smoke and then blow it into the other person's mouth, and it'll be kind of like a kiss.
Yeah, but people don't act like that.
Not like adults, but like whorish college kids. I definitely wasn't one of those. But
we only got one cigarette left, man.
Puff, puff, pass your mouth. What is that?
Hey, what do you know?
2 good things for the press.
I got a solution.
All right. What is the Abby's advice?
Oh, okay. Your letter illustrates the disadvantages of what is that? Isolationism. You had made a point of introducing yourself when you or they moved in. You probably wouldn't have had to write me now. Slamming your window shut is not a friendly or efficient way of communicating, because these people are not mind readers. Going next door, introducing yourself, politely explaining if there's a problem, and asking if they could smoke on the other side of their house away from your bedroom window would be better. If you can't bring yourself to do that, write a letter. Keep the communication civil and tell them a simple language that you would appreciate this cooperation appreciate their cooperation in solving this problem. I would not write a letter.
I was about to say I was behind her 100% until she said a letter.
Yeah, this isn't 1876.
They're
People read
literally your
letters as like, this motherfucker.
They're literally your next door neighbor. It requires in-person human action.
Yeah, that literally is saying I'm going so far out of my way to not see your face or talk to you.
Yeah.
That's how much I hate you. I'd rather write a letter. I haven't written a letter since the 3rd grade.
If I got a letter, I would chain smoke at night.
Just get one of those big snow makers, but just stuff it with tobacco and light it on fire.
Honey, why does the neighbor have a hookah?
Just a leaf blower with a giant bong.
That's the difference. My neighbor, I just got a new neighbor. He introduced himself to me. We get along fantastic. I caught him the other day, leaf blowing my driveway.
Look at that.
What a nice neighborly thing to do. If he ever has a problem with me doing something or vice versa, we can talk about it civilly outside, drinking a beer in front of his fire pit, and there will be no problem. She's right.
Wait till you start blowing smoke in his bedroom window. Yeah. You're going to get a letter.
Imagine this was my neighbor.
This piece of shit.
Fuck
all right.
You. All right.
That's it.
All right, guys. Let us know what you think about these topics in the comments down below. What do you think about this smoking nonsense? How petty is that? We want to give a shout out to Abby herself. We do rip her advice column questions, but you should go check out her entire thing yourself because we want to give her props. She is really smart and she does good work.
We'd be nowhere without you.
We would be nowhere without you. Just type in Ask Abby or Dear Abby and all of her stuff pops up onto Google. Also, if you have a question that you want for us, you can now ask us by going to brodownpro.com. There's a section where you can submit a question. It can be completely anonymous. Just put in your email. We'll let you know when the question actually airs. Other than that, this has been Dear Bros. We will catch you guys next time.
Peace out.
Bloop.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh,